let's like Coach and his boyfriend, let's openly discuss. The first point that I have is I didn't notice this actually of the over 50 times that I've watched this movie. This is when I watched it this weekend was the first time that I noticed that they're at the Olympics, but they never used an Olympic logo.
No, what they did was were they in Sochi? They were in Stockholm. They were in Stockholm, and they could, because you can't use it.
Yeah, that was what I figured. There's no getting clearance.
They didn't use 5 rings. They used like 5.
It looked like
hand.
It looked like the emerald, like a silhouette of the Emerald Towers from Wizard of Oz. Definitely some weird shit like that. But I just noticed that on the rewatch.
Well, the runtime to be around 95 minutes, it really plays longer than that. You feel like you're in a world that you don't want it to end. From the time it's like because it's so much going on, and I think you can agree with me on this. When taking the notes, it's like the reason why it's a 90-minute film, but it took me 3 hours to do it because of the fact that I kept stopping it, writing stuff, and watching it, and going back and like, oh my goodness, I didn't notice that before. I didn't notice this.
We have to do something that only 2 men can do together. Something never seen before. Jesse, put in the tape.
I've watched this film so much and paid so much attention. I even noticed and nitpicked the little mistakes. Right before he says, like, get that bird out of my face. When he says that, if you notice, he goes back to cock back like he's getting ready to punch him. But in the very next frame, his hand is nowhere there and he fucking pecks him with his head. And somebody was probably like, man, fucking, I don't give a fuck if that shit's off. Yeah. Use that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I said, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. It's even funnier. Get that bird out of my face.
Absolutely silent, Jim.
That damn bird out of my face before I break its neck.
Man, fuck that little girl.
Which one?
You don't know?
No. I'm out.
You're crushing me. He's crushing me.
My
Daddy, he's crushing me.
I hated that bitch. Oh my God.
Daddy. Her and the kid from
The Strain. Yeah.
They just need to get on a plane together and go fly it into a building because that just...
Who are you going to trust, a little girl or Jimmy McElroy?
Who?
Who the hell is Jimmy McElroy?
that little shit. I hate over dramatic kids.
Let's give a shout out to this.
Something to cry about.
We knew about this channel when we were younger, and we never. To be honest with you, it's not the best. But to be honest with you, MTV Films has a pretty solid roster when it comes to film. It's MTV Films.
Yeah.
And when you go back and look at the films that they've done, it's like, well, damn, it's not that fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty fucking good, to be honest with you.
They did Napoleon Dynamite too. I'm pretty sure.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, so yeah, definitely shout out to MTV Films on it.
This is I just wrote this down because I thought it was what Hector says after actually Jimmy deals with the little bitch in the shoe store, and then he goes out to the stock area, and that's where he sees Hector. What Hector says to him right there is very reminiscent of what every person that watches this show says to me.
You look great, Jimmy. You look amazing. Your hair rocks.
That, I don't care. Listen, we're going to talk about it later, but that performance from Hector was almost scary good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was scary fucking good. I'd say that here. Now, what I also want to say is, listen, the score was done by Theodore Shapiro. And to be honest with you, when you think about score, these are not the songs that we know of, The Flash and all that other stuff. But here's the thing, I like to look at the score as either one of two things. Either it didn't take me away from the scene or it brought me more from the scene. What you don't want to do is take away from it because it's overpowering. So I want to give them credit for that in a film like this that's zany and crazy. And you also have to be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to be using this song and that song. It's like, well, goddamn, bitch, you're asking me to live up to a lot. It didn't. I'm not saying it was the greatest score. I'm saying it didn't take me away from it. So just the hijinks and it's hard to, when you have a lot of hijinks and slapstick, it's hard to use stuff that's there. So I think he did a really good job with the score.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see what else he's done because that's I can't even really think of a part of this, like the actual composed music. I can't even think of a besides like the chase scene.
I was just going to say that's the scene that really made me be like, because remember, it's a long fucking scene, and you start from that motherfucker sticking his tongue. I would have been like, fucking kill me. I'm not sticking my tongue on that bathroom floor.
Why did that toilet paper? First of all, who threw a full roll into the trash? And then how did that full roll end up with every fucking nasty thing? They were just like throwing shit at the wall, literally. Like, we need a cigarette, a used Band-Aid.
Movie Match Glove.
Time for a little chazzy-dazzle.
when Chaz and Jimmy get into a fight outside of Grublets or Griblets or whatever it is, and Coach is watching it all take place on television, just how ridiculous how they didn't even really try to realistically incorporate things that would make Coach look at them and be like, they could work together as a pair. Fucking like, I can't imagine a single fight where you could seamlessly tie in like Chaz helicopters Jimmy in like a perfect little and throws him, and Jimmy like Superman's Chaz across the room. It didn't even look like they, like, instinctively they don't even know how to fight. As soon as they came together, they started jibing.
No, here's my thing. Like, and again, I think that goes back to the technical part of what we were talking about. Again, they pay the writers and the stunt coordinators. Let's give a shout out to them, even though I don't have their names here.
You do? No, I don't have their names.
But if we can throw their names up on this, I'll show their faces and names on the screen. Now, they really took this thing serious. And again, to me, this could have been such a letdown. This film. First, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to see Ben Stiller over Will Ferrell, because again, I feel like I would have just been watching Zoolander again.
Yeah,
to a certain extent, I really feel.
Even though this was like Will Ferrell was kind of doing. I think this came right at the perfect time for Will Ferrell, because he had just done like Talladega Nights, and then he had done Anchorman, and it was like all of these like stupid alpha male characters that were in these positions of power or famous or whatever. And I think this one came just at the right time, right before like that shtick got old for his character, and it was still welcome.
Well, I mean, to me, it's still welcome. I mean, don't get me wrong, because again, here's the thing. Why is that such a crush? Oh, he can only do this, he can only do that. Because here's the thing, as long as he's still good at it, who gives a fuck? Because action stars have done it for years. They're what is it from Close the Fridge. Thrasher, not Thrasher, Thriller. What you know what I'm talking about? Fuck, man. Come on, we watch movies.
Damn it. Tug Speedman.
Tug Speedman is fuck, man.
Scorcher.
Scorcher.
Only this time, it's different. Who left the fridge open?
Scorcher 9. Who left the fridge open? Like, so my whole point is that again, like this really could have failed, and I'm happy they didn't. It's almost like the film Caddyshack. Caddyshack would have failed if they weren't so serious, from the actors to the attention to detail. So I'm just happy this didn't become some I'm trying to think of something like basketball. Basketball is funny.
Oh no, baseball's right up there for me with this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those rewatchables for sure.
God damn it, man! I swear, you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.
Whatever. Okay. All right, Peter.
Yeah, I can't think of a comedy that, like, maybe The Longest Yard, but even that was really good because they succeeded on the dramatic angle of that and made it. I can't think
You're right.
of an
It may
equivalent.
not be one out there. So again, it's par for the course. So I definitely this is par for the course.
Major League 2.
Yeah, not the one with instead of Wesley Snipes.
The one where they decided to go from an R-rated film to a PG-13 sequel and frig everything up.
And they fucked it up.
Yeah, when Charlie Sheen can't no longer be Wild Thing because he's PG-13, he can only be like kind of Wild Thing. I don't want to see that.
You mean Mild Thing?
Mild Thing. There you go. Yeah, very nice.
I think I love you.
Yeah, I think not. I checked the credits. I searched online. I could not confirm this, but I did. I don't even need confirmation, and I took a picture that I'll put up on the screen. That dude right there that shows up like figure skating is gay enough. Tell me that's not John Heater's brother.
It has to be related to John Heater.
It has to be. The teeth, the mouth, the way he talks.
Well, I mean, since you brought it up, I was going to save this for the lines later, but to me, that's one of the lines that actually, again, is most brilliant lines of this film, because it's...
As if figure skating wasn't gay enough already.
You have okay, I'm not that there's anything wrong with that, but I assume he is gay, and if you call me if you're not, but he's portraying a gay person. He's saying as if figure skating isn't gay enough. So you have somebody who's in the sport who's possibly gay being mad the two men are now doing what he's been fighting for this whole time.
Did you know that John Heater actually does have a twin brother? Like,
no.
That is uncanny. He looks exactly like him, and so, but that's not his twin brother. But he has 3 other brothers. I just couldn't find clear enough photos of them to confirm.
So it's Napoleon Dynamites?
Yeah, yeah. And who knows? Maybe I think he said John Heater said one time that he's had his brother step into him on a scene here or there, and you'd never know the difference. His twin.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and when you see them side by side, and I'll put up a picture, it is
Uncanny.
yeah, very much so. Like you can't tell which one is John Heater.
All right.
Oh, an edgy look at urban culture told in the language of the streets. And here comes the band Waldenbergs to Marky Mark Good Vibrations. They are really having fun with this. Not only did they embarrass Marky Mark, but we let down the Funky Bunch.
Come on.
The way they come out with the fucking stomach tattoos and the tramp stamps and marked on their shit and the gold, Will Arnett's gold teeth. He's like,
Well, I got something about that later. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Oh, that's all I have.
I got 3 more. This might be the yeah. Chaz, Michael Michaels, and Jimmy McElroy might be the 2 characters that we've stepped into who are most like our actual dynamic in real life. And
I think so.
I have an example to bring to the court. After their first routine, Jimmy's, doing he's got no flair. He's Chaz shooting fire off into there, and he goes, "Was the fire really necessary?"
Ask them.
That brought me back to after like performing as G14. You're like, man, give them something. I am giving them something. I'm giving them me.
He's so right. Do you have a clip for them too now?
Oh yeah, I'll drop that for sure.
Drop that needle.
Forecast is dark skies. I'm not talking about outside. Shit's at the door in a single file line, waiting to cut me down to size. I feel it. I guess I'll try to be positive, surrounded by so many fucked up lies.
And then, okay, this is, of course, we brought this up before we shot, but, fucking why Matt Damon's headshot is on the fridge is beyond me in that tattoo scene. That just I don't understand that. I want to know the story behind that. It begs for explanation. But notice in our intro, the headshot's on the fridge. If you go back and watch this.
That's the handsome, stunning young fellow on that fridge.
The last note that I had was the Iron Lotus.
Look at the grace, the beauty.
I love the fact that they watch somebody get decapitated, and then like as soon as they're done watching, they're like, all right, you ready to try it?
Okay, what do you say? Let's give it a try.
And like this is what I love about ridiculous comedies like this, because it just kind of throws caution to the wind when it needs to for the sake of the joke to get to the punchline. It does that because it goes against. The coach obviously has an investment in these 2 guys. That they're his ticket back into the Olympics, gold medal. He would not, in a real rational world, put that at risk by having them get decapitated, just going out and trying something
I
that
think
they
he
just
would,
saw.
because that goes back to your theory. Maybe he gets off on that stuff.
If it was a man and a woman, that's why it didn't work.
That's true. I'm just saying, put some little like rubber guards on the blades for the first time you try it.
Let me ask you this: what's better than a little head? What's better than a little head? A lot of little heads. Did you see all those little decapitated heads of Jimmy on the?
I thought you were talking about fellatio.
If it was a man and a woman, that's why it didn't work.
Okay.